Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new deck profile. Now, today we are profiling my Magician deck. Now, on the top you can see Burning Abyss, that's for a different video. I'm kind of waiting on the new Dante Link monster to come out so I can profile Burning Abyss. But today we are profiling Dark Magician. Now, Dark Magician as an archetype, it's like, yesterday or the day before or something, I profiled Red Eyes, and from what I can see, it's like, from the three most known legacy decks, you have Blue Eyes on top. Blue Eyes is always like really strong, and it's the most competitive out of the three. Dark Magician is like, it's still good, but like it needs a lot of setup, and it's a very like reactive deck. Since you with Dark Magical Circle, you need to be like banishing stuff on the field, but it's still a very strong deck. And then Red Eyes. Red Eyes right now, it's in like a really awkward spot where like the way I play my Red Eyes deck is by using a lot of like revival cards and just bringing back my Red Eyes stuff from the grave. So I might change up my build in the future for a more graveyard version of Red Eyes. But today, Dark Magicians. Now, this is like a build that I've been messing around with, and it's actually really strong. I definitely have a lot of draw power. Like, drawing in this deck is the least of my problems. I can get to my stuff fairly quickly. We can see that I'm playing the Spellbook engine, and this engine is particularly good at getting Dark Magicians in the grave for me being able to use Eternal Soul. That's always really important. But also just cycling through my deck and finding my answers. Now, the deck right now is 42 cards. You can probably make it 40 if you want to take out Dark Magic Attack and Thousand Knives. The only reason I have those two cards in my deck is because they are searchable off Eternal Soul, and I'd much rather have them being searched, like, when I don't need to special summon a Dark Magician, so I can at least have, like, Eternal Soul be of some effect, and then have them in my hand in case, my opponent uses something, like, Dark Magic Attack is really strong, because you can, like, against, like, True Draco or something, you just, like, destroy all of their stuff. And Thousand Knives is okay, just giving you the option to destroy something. Now, it's less good than you don't need to play Thousand Knives because you have the banish effect of that magical circle, but it's still okay. Since it's not targetable, it just says destroy. So that's what is really good. Now, onto the deck profile, we play 3 Dark Magician. To be honest, this is actually my favorite artwork right now. If you look at the other, I know a lot of people like the classic Dark Magician or the green Dark Magician. This is the version I have in real life, but I quite like the new one. I think it looks really cool. Then we are playing 2 Magician of Dark Illusion. Now, Dark Magician is a vanilla, don't need to say much about it. It's the main card of the deck. Now, Magician of Dark Illusion is really good because it special summons itself, so during other opponent's turn, when a spell trap or a spell or trap card is activated, you just special summon this card from the hand, and then if a spell or trap card is activated, you can target one Dark Magician monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Obviously, it can only be used once per turn, but it's the fact that you can just bring back your Dark Magicians and it can special summon itself, it's really good. So yeah, we play 2 of it. Another reason is because, like, I can draw into it fairly easy, and if I don't have it in my hand, it doesn't hurt me that much, since I can just draw into it from other stuff. We are playing 3 of the new Apprentice Illusion Magician. This card is really cool because it can special summon itself by discarding a 1 card. So, you can discard, like, a dead Spellbook card or, like, a Dark Magician, so you have a Magician in the grave, which is really cool. And then, it also, if this card is almost special summon, you just add a Dark Magician. That's pretty cool, again, giving you search options. And then, if this card is in your hand, like, it works as an Honest, where it gives your Dark Magician 2k attack. So it has a lot of uses by special summoning itself, being level, like, I wish this card was a level 7, but because it's like the apprentice version of Dark Magician Girl, it kind of sucks that it's a level 6. But if it was level 7, oh my god, this guy would be broken. Magician's Rod is really good. It's like, it's your normal summon card. It's the only card you really want to normal summon, since it just searches out a spell or trap. So usually off this, if you don't have a Dark Magic Circle, you just normal summon Magician's Rod, get a Dark Magical Circle, instantly go +1. That's pretty cool. Then we play one Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. This is just to search out either piece you don't have, so you can search out your Spellbook of Secrets or Spellbook of Rudra. Maxi, because it's like the best card in the format right now, so you play one of it. 3 Lure of Darkness, and like our entire deck, other than Maxi and Spellbook, are dark monsters. So you can just like, despite the banishing being really crappy, it's still good to play Lure of Darkness. Since like, if you don't wanna, it can also be used as food for like being discarded by like Apprentice Illusion Magician or something, which is pretty cool. 3 Dark Magic Attack. Just destroys all your opponent. It's like Heavy Dust Storm or whatever it's called, Heavy Duster, but just for your opponent, and you need to control Dark Magician. Although if it was a quick spell, it would be pretty cool. 1 Raigeki, because it's Raigeki. 3 of Spellbook stuff to draw into your deck, because you can tribute like your Magician's Rod. If you feel like it's gonna die quickly, you can just tribute it and then draw 2 cards. Dark Hole for the same reason as Raigeki. Thousand Eyes for having non-targeting removal. Upstart, because at the time it was 40 cards and Upstart was my 40th card, so that's why I have Upstart, but you can probably take it out of the deck. 3 of Spellbook of Secrets to search out your Spellbook of Rudra. 2 Duality, since Duality going first is okay, since when you go first you don't usually special summon anyway, because like you want to go off your traps. So Magician's Navigation or Eternal Soul are the cards you want to have turn 1 if you're going first. Dark Magic Succession, Dark Magic Inheritance. I play one of this because you just banish any 2 spells from your graveyard, and then you add a spell trap that specifically lists Dark Magician. So like any 2 dead spells in your graveyard, you banish them, and then you get a free search. So you can like banish Lure of Darkness. You could potentially like take out the Upstart Goblin, or like let's say 1 Lure of Darkness and play 2 of this. It's not that bad. I quite like it actually, but it's really good, especially going first, since going first, I'll just like use, say for example, a Lure of Darkness and Pot of Duality, draw into this and use it, and then get a free Dark Magician spell. It's pretty good. 1 Illusion Magic. So again, this card is like a card you draw into, and usually you just use it to like get, say for example, a Dark Magician in the grave, or use it to like tribute Apprentice Illusion Magician, and it just gets you to like to the remaining copies of Dark Magician, so you have complete control of your Dark Magician cards. Now, the way I like to do this is by at least having 1 Dark Magician in my hand, and then 2 Dark Magicians in the grave, so that way I can use Eternal Soul to special summon them, or if I don't have them in the hand, at least have Magician's Navigation. Then we are playing 3 Dark Magical Circle. This is like, I would say, the best card in the deck, since it searches. It doesn't necessarily search. You just excavate 3 cards and then reveal a Dark Magician or a spell that specifically says Dark Magician and add it to your hand. But then the second effect, where every time if a Dark Magician card is normal special summon, you can target 1 card your opponent controls and banish it. Even though you can only use it once per turn, it still works during your opponent's turn. So say for example, if you use Eternal Soul during your opponent's turn, or Magician's Navigation, as long as you have Dark Magical Circle on the field, the banish goes off, and it's just a really like strong play. So like my deck is mostly around I built it around having like a really good back row of Eternal Soul and Dark Magical Circle, and then just like disrupting my opponent over and over again. Then we play 3 Magician Navigation, special summons a Dark Magician from your deck, and then one level 7 or lower spellcaster from your deck. So what you can do with this is you can use it to special summon Apprentice Illusion Magician, which is okay since you can add another Dark Magician from your deck to your hand, or most of the time you're going to use it to go into Magician of Dark Illusion. As long as you have one of this guy on the field, it's good enough. That's pretty much it. If you can have one of this guy on the field along with Eternal Soul, you won't run out of Dark Magicians. And because like you'll just keep recycling your Dark Magicians, it's pretty easy to go into your extra deck. However, you know, with Link Summoning, the extra deck becomes a lot harder to go into, but because you can still spam monsters for days, you can just go into Deco Talker and then like make a couple of rank 7s. We play a 1 Dark Renewal. Now, I've been messing around with this guy, and it's okay. So, when your opponent normal or special summons, you can tag a 1 monster and 1 spellcaster monster you control, send them both to the graveyard, and then you can special summon 1 Dark spellcaster monster from your deck or graveyard. So, it's like Kaiju's, but for Dark Magician in a way, since you just tribute your opponent's monster. So, if they summon like Masterpiece, you just use this and special summon a Dark Magician. So that's always pretty cool. And then I don't want to call it the worst card in the deck, but it's like the most careful card. If there's like a way to protect your Dark Magician spell and trap cards, I hope we get that sort of support one day, where you have like an extra deck Dark Magician that just protects your Dark Magician spell and traps. Because having your Eternal Soul destroyed is just the worst feeling, since it's most of the time what your opponent is going to go to is like, oh, I'll just destroy that and then destroy all of your all monsters you control, which sometimes can be good since you want to go into the extra deck and your extra deck space is being used. So yeah, quickly going over to the side deck. Now this is like a competitive version of Dark Magician, so I built the side deck in such a way where we play 3 Ash Blossom, 3 DD Crow. Ash Blossom just stops searches or special summons, or like adding cards from deck to hand. DD Crow banishes stuff from the grave, so if it's like a graveyard deck, you play DD Crow and like banish that stuff, which is pretty good. Twin Twister, in case like you're playing against a lot of back row, discarding your Dark Magicians is not the worst thing in the world. 3-dimensional barrier, D-barrier, like used to be really strong. If it gets errata, if it gets like an errata that then lists links, then it'll be broken. It'll be like a tier 1 trap, like tier 0 trap card. Like stopping your opponent from going into their links is really powerful. Since not only you cripple their link summoning, you also cripple like their ability to spam from the extra deck. And I just turned on my PS4 on accident. We play 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance. If you want to like go for a stun, if your opponent plays a lot of spells and traps, you can just play Anti-Spell Fragrance. And then 1 Imperial Order, because it's like a really strong trap card, but it's only like it's a trap card that like you can only play once you already went off, like you already set up your field, so your spells don't get negated. And finally the extra deck. Now the extra deck is like up to personal preference, because you can just put in a bunch of like rank 7s and go from there and like play 1 Naruto. I still play Naruto because like there is times where I have 2 Apprentice Illusion Magicians out in the field, and having Naruto is a lot better since he has more attack and has a negation effect. We play 1 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon because it's level 7, and you can negate like 1 attack, but that's pretty much it, just to negate attacks. Red Eyes to punish your opponent for playing cards. If Trickstars ever get a level 7 monster, oh my god. Metal Flip plus Trickstars, which is stupid. We play 1 Blade of Masters. I rarely go into this card, but it's still okay. Draco Sack, still okay. It's good level 7. Gaia to just like go over low defense monsters that have monsters that are in defense position have like low defense points. Big Eye to steal your opponent's stuff. Ebon Illusion Magician is pretty good since like you can go off Naruto, so you can like Naruto and then go into Ebon Magician. In effect, you can XC summon by using a rank 6 spellcaster monster you control. Then its effect is once per turn. You can detach and then special summon one spell type normal monster from your hand or deck. And then when it declares an attack, you can target one card your opponent controls and banishes. So, Ebon High, along with like Dark Magical Circle, is stupid because you're just banishing 2 cards on the field, and that's always really cool. Actually, yeah, despite you can only use it once per turn, it still gives you access to 2 banishes every like on your turn. 1 Titanic Moth, because again it's just level 7, and then if you control no other monsters, this card can directly attack, so you can swing for game with it. But the battle damage is half, so realistically your opponent will be taking 1,200. And then when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can detach it and inflict 500, so they'll take 1,700. That's okay. 1 Ebon High Magician. While this card has an Xyz material, you can activate quick play spell or trap cards from your hand during your opponent's turn. So, say for example, you can use things like Dark Magic Succession and Illusion Magician. You can build it so like you have access to all the quick stuff like Dark Magic Expanded, or I'm pretty sure there's like a different one. But yeah, if you want to have more quick play spells, you can always do that. And then so even if it's like destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can like special summon a dark magician from your hand or deck and then destroy 1 card on the field. So again, it's like I still prefer Ebon Illusion Magician over Ebon High Magician, but it's still pretty cool. Yeah, Naruto, and then we play 1 Break Sword, because there are scenarios where you might go into 2 Magician's Rod, and leaving 1600 beaters on the field is not the best thing, but you can always just go into Break Sword and then get a free pop. And Decode Talker, because it's like the best generic link right now, and Akashic Magician for punishing your opponent for poor positioning of their cards. But yeah, that about wraps up the deck. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and even comment. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.